start this new year off, I thought that it would be fun to do a get to know me video. So a lot of you, I'm sure, know me personally, but for all of you who did not and subscribed to my YouTube channel, hello! I decided to do some fun facts about myself. So I'm going to do 15 fun facts that you and maybe even some of my friends might not know about me. Yeah, so again, my name is Serena Taylor, and here are 15 fun facts about me. Okay, number one is that I am actually half Filipino and half Hungarian. So I have never really met anyone else who has that combo. It is pretty unique, and I will say that I get it a lot, that I don't look like I'm half-half. A lot of people think that I'm full Asian, which is cool. My mom is from the Philippines, she's full Filipino, and my dad's from Hungary and full Hungarian. So they made me, and I'm half-half. So in Hawaii, they call it Hapa. I think a lot of people might know that term now. So I am Hapa Haole, they call it, meaning I'm half white and half something else. In this sense, half Filipino. And also, fun fact bonus, my husband Hudson is also a Hapa as well. He's also half Filipino and half white. So, fun fact. Fact number 2. Up until I got married, I was the only person in the entire world with the last name Carnegie, spelled K-A-R-N-A-G-Y. And that was my last name. So originally I was born Serena Carnegie. When my dad came to the US from Hungary, his original last name was something completely different. It was an actual Hungarian last name. But when he came to the US, no one could pronounce it properly. So he decided to put a twist on it and make it basically a different name. So it's Carnegie, K-A-R-N-A-G-Y. And yeah, so it was just him, my mom, and me with that last name. And then he passed away when I was a baby, and then my mom got remarried, and so then there was me. Yeah, I was the only one in the whole world with that name. Fact number 3, I met my husband in high school. I thought that was a really cool, I don't know, fact to add in to this, because I feel like, especially nowadays, it's pretty rare to find a married couple who have met in high school. We went to my senior prom together, and we've known each other since we were teenagers. I'm pretty proud of that fact, and I think a lot of people get really shocked when they find that out about us too. So yeah, fact number 3. And also, with that said, we've been together for, well, we just made 9 years together, so almost a decade. So that's pretty crazy to think about how long you've known a person. So he's known me since I was 16 years old. Here's an evolution of me. Here's 16-year-old me and 26-year-old me. 16-year-old me, 26-year-old me. So that is the spectrum of me, of which Hudson has known me since. Fact number 4, when we got married, it was a very small wedding. And by small, I mean literally just our parents and siblings that were there, pretty much. And the reason for that, well, we actually planned on having a huge wedding in the beginning. We were, all on board to rent out an estate on the beach and invite everybody and have this whole big party and so on and so forth. But long story short, right before we were supposed to put our deposit down for our wedding venue, my dear old fiance at the time, husband now, fiance at the time, got his thumb bitten off by an octopus while we were snorkeling, and so that changed everything. And yes, you heard that right. So they had to reattach his thumb. We didn't have insurance at the time, paid out of pocket. Kind of changed our whole money situation. So because of that, we decided to have a small wedding instead. And it ended up being one of the best decisions I could have ever made. There was no stress, barely any preparation. Literally, I think I gave our parents 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks notice. We're like, oh yeah, it was December at the time when we decided this, and we're like, oh, let's do a January wedding. And I think I chose January 12th specifically because I thought it'd be cool to have the anniversary dates of 1/12/13 because we got married in 2013. So yeah, we didn't have much planning, and we had a beautiful ceremony and little luncheon thing at Hudson's parents' house. and it was amazing. I wouldn't have changed it for anything, and I'm super, super glad that we did it that way, and it was perfect. Okay, fact number 5. Back in the day, like a long, long time ago, aka I was 16 years old, I competed in the Miss Teen USA pageant, which, which was an experience, and I was actually in the last nationally televised one on NBC for Miss Teen USA. I think after that they decided not to televise it nationally, and they ended up doing it like abroad, like in the Bahamas and things like that. But yeah, fun fact, it was the last nationally televised one, and the reason why I bring that up is because it's super cool to think that I met 50 other girls, one from every single state, and I actually do keep in contact with a bunch of them. I'm friends with a few of them, like in New York, LA, everywhere. So we all pretty much keep in contact, and it's pretty cool. Super grateful for that experience. Fact number 6, I am an avid gift card collector. For as long as I could remember, I almost felt like gift cards in a way were more special than receiving cash or like just cash in general. Like I would treat the gift cards as if they were more sacred, I guess you could say, than using cash or my debit card or anything. And to this day, I still don't know why, but because of this fact, I feel like I've started to hoard gift cards, and so I have all these random ones. I've gotten better at it. Luckily, a lot of people have sent me e-gift cards now, so it makes it a little easier to part with. But here, I'll show you an example here. Yeah, here are, not all these are gift cards, by the way. Some of these are like Costco cards and stuff. But yeah, this gives you kind of an idea. It's kind of crazy. But I'll show you the craziest thing in my wallet right now. And it's this. Here. It's like really, really old looking, worn out, pretty much it's on its last days, guys. And what this is a Starbucks, I guess, coupon, I guess you could say, but it entitles you to 1 free anything that you want at Starbucks. And I'll tell you the story about this. So I actually got this back in, I think, 2010 or 2011. It was when we first moved to New York, we being my husband and I. And I was at a Starbucks, the one that I very frequently visited to get my coffee fix. And I remember waiting at the end for the barista to call my name for my order, and all these people who were behind me in line kept getting their drinks before me, and I was, I didn't really say anything. I'm a pretty patient person, I feel like, for the most part, so I just waited and waited, and then finally the barista guy was like, hey, you've been kind of waiting here for a while, what was your drink? And because he saw that I was waiting forever and, I didn't like create a fuss or anything, he decided to give me one of these, saying sorry for the wait and I guess like the poor service or whatever it is. So I have kept this thing in my wallet ever since then. I've not redeemed it for my free thing, and it says here there's no expiration date, so I guess as long as Starbucks is around in the world, which is probably going to be like post-apocalyptic because Starbucks is just everywhere, I will have this in my wallet for like the length of time. And yes, if you are wondering, I have been to Starbucks ever since I've had this many times, but I have not used it, so I don't know. Don't ask me why. It's just there. Collecting dust. Fun fact number 7. I like to take notes whenever I read, and that is leisure reading included as well. I guess that's the only reading I do now, but yeah, I like to take notes in the margins and highlight and underline and circle, and basically I treat every book that I read as if I'm gonna get quizzed on it, I guess old habits die hard, thank you high school. But yeah, so I don't know why I do it. It's like this weird thing of mine. I'm always needing to actively like go in with a pen and be like, oh yeah, that seems important, and like try to relate it to something else in my life, and write notes like this is super, like this reminds me so much of this time, and I don't know. So long story short, it takes me like 10 years to finish a book because I'm constantly spending half the time taking notes. So yeah, kind of weird. Fact number 8, I took karate for 10 years of my life, from age 6 to 16. So, yep, I did it for a decade, and I was a secondary black belt, and it was a huge part of my life for very many years. I did it competitively. For those of you who watched this who did karate with me, hello. And yeah, I mean, I was super into it. I would travel like around the US, like competing every year. It was a super big deal. I loved doing weaponry mostly, so like the bow staff and the sais. I was, you know, relatively good at, I would say, and I spent very many days after school at practice for hours and hours. So yeah, I loved it. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's a point in every person's life where you just kind of have to stop, and so 16 was that age for me. But I will say that even though it's been actually 10 years since I'm 26 now, so it's been 10 years since I've last done it, I will say that I still remember a lot of the things that I used to do, like the actual katas, the actual techniques and full performances that I would do. I can still fully do it. My body can still technically do it, but not to say that it's as good or nearly as good as I used to. But I just thought it's pretty cool. You know, it's crazy to see what your mind remembers, long-term memory, I guess. But yeah, if you hand me a bow staff, I'm pretty sure I could still do everything that I used to be able to do, just not as well. Fact number 9, I am a Libra. My birthday is October 7th, and yeah, I am a Libra, and I've been told by many people that I am a true Libra in the sense that I'm a balancer, I guess. I get along with everybody, and yeah, I'm not like super big on confrontation by any means. I just like to please everyone, I guess. I don't know, I'm not one of those people who read horoscopes very thoroughly or anything, but I just know enough to know that, yeah, I'm a true Libra. Fact number 10, I actually went and graduated from the same high school that ex-President Obama went to. And I think that's a pretty cool fact, especially for those of you who have been in the same high school as me. Hello! I think that we received some incredible education there, and I'm super proud of the fact that it's a school from Hawaii that gets to say that. It was, you know, 4 of the best years of my life, I would say. Okay, so fact number 11. I am the best at finding cheap shoes. It's a gift, I will admit it. No, but seriously, I don't know how this is possible. I think it's because I'm such a bargain hunter in general. Oh, hello, guys. This is my special guest. His name is Astro. Astro, say hi. Say hi to the camera, buddy. Hi. We're cat sitting right now for some friends. Anyway, so yeah, basically, as if you watched my last video, you'll know that we keep to 1 luggage every time we travel, or in general, just in life. We live out of 1 luggage each person. So with that said, I don't have the biggest assortment of shoes, but with that said, drum roll please. First I've got these guys. Dun, dun, dun. They are what I call my badass boots. I actually got them for, believe it or not, if you want to take a guess, please do. Guess. Any takers? $2.50, guys. Yep, $2.50, 2.50. That's the total I spent plus tax for those shoes, and I love them. I actually thought it was a joke when I saw that they were basically, okay, I was at the store and I saw a sign saying $2.50, and there were all these shoes below it. I'm like, there's no way. There is absolutely no way that these shoes are for that price. So I decided, what the heck, I'll just grab my size, tried it on, looked amazing. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go for kicks and giggles to the cashier to see if it really cost that much. And lo and behold, dun 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 dun, best deal ever. So I've had those for a while, and they go with everything, and I'm super stoked about that purchase. So yeah. Another pair of shoes, or I guess, I don't know if these are considered shoes, but my flip-flops, these guys here. A lot of people refer to them as Jesus sandals, but yeah, these sturdy little guys have gotten me through a lot. And I actually got them in a Hawaii flea market for I think $3 or $4. So yeah, I just like them because they're really casual. They're super, you know, just like basic, and I can wear them at the beach. And if it gets wrecked or whatever, then it doesn't matter. You know, it's just like it's like $4 purchase. So that's another reason why I go with cheap shoes a lot, because you know, if something were to happen to them, like I'm not one of those people who like to have like the best and most expensive and lavish things, because to me it's kind of pointless, like because then you worry about where you're taking them, like where you're walking, and I'm not that person who wants that extra effort and that extra, like, I don't know, stress, I guess. So I like to be able to know that whatever shoes that I wear, I'm fine with whatever happens to them, because if worst case scenario, yeah, sure, they get wrecked and I can toss them, and I'll have extra room in my luggage for other things. So yeah. Last thing I wanted to show you, and please forgive me, they're dirty. I haven't not had time to wash them yet, but they're my Nike sneakers. And, you know, very basic. I wear them to work out, wear them out as regular shoes, everything. And I'm including those in my post because when I have to go with a brand name like Nike for my shoes, because obviously athletic and walking shoes are very, very important to get high quality, and you know, ones that won't wreck your feet when you're working out and stuff like that. Anyway, so even with that, for example, I got that for a total of $11, brand new. And okay, it's because partially I used a $50 gift card, I'll give you that. It was from Nordstrom. But another reason is because I actually went to the kids section and I got boy shoes, like, you know, young boy shoes. So yeah, luckily my feet are not too big. They're a size 7, 7.5. So I could fit like one of the larger sizes of the little boys section feet. Yeah. So that's why they were cheaper, and with my $50 gift card that I had, it came out to, I spent like $11 of my own money. So I thought that was a steal, and I'm all about that. So yeah, there's something about it, it makes me happy. All right, fun fact number 12. I like to highlight my planner. I know it's very like middle schooly of me, but I don't know if you can see, but I like to color coordinate and highlight and everything that I do. See, like, here, I'll give you a better example. So in my planner, there's like the day-to-day stuff, and then there's also like the calendar, the monthly calendar, and that's where I put everything. Here's a great example. October. So I'm kind of crazy about that, and I need to have my highlighters with me at all times. And by all highlighters, I mean I have like 5 highlighters with me in my bag pretty much always. So, because you never know when something happens and you know, like you have a booking or you have like some important event to go to or something, I need to put it in my planner. It's like a problem, guys. Like I don't know how to fix it. All right, fun fact number 13. I actually didn't take my first alcoholic drink until I was 22 years old. Yep. Even on my 21st birthday, did not get tempted. Growing up, I was very adamant about following rules. I was very much one of those people who was scared out of their minds of breaking rules or, yeah, like not doing what you're supposed to do. And I was a goody two-shoes, I'll admit it. It's no harm, no shame in that. But yeah, because I grew up thinking like, okay, the law of the land is you're not supposed to have a drink until you're 21 years old. I thought I would give it an extra year. It was like almost like it was something that was so fulfilling to me to know that I like could wait that long. And yeah, so even on my 21st birthday, I had a party, and you know, of course, all my friends were like, oh, it's your 21st birthday, I'll buy you your first drink, everything. I still stood strong, didn't do it. Yeah, and you know, like I still think that's a pretty cool fact because I think it's super rare nowadays. Not that there is anything wrong with, especially like, you know, in European cultures and everything. I know the legal age is different and everything, but it's just a fun fact that I thought for myself. Fact number 14. I actually used to be a massive hoarder. And I touched a little bit on this in my last video, on my packing video. But I also wanted to include it in this video as a fun fact because, like, literally, guys, it was bad. It comes from the fact that I am a very nostalgic person in general, which is why, I mean, if you hang out with me a lot, you'll know I take a lot of photos and a lot of videos wherever I am, hence the YouTube channel, you know? I have a place now to put this, and it's fine. But same as I am with photos, where I feel like I need to capture the moment because every moment is fleeting. I think that's the reason why I've been a hoarder in the past, where I feel like, okay, this like specific thing is a part of like this specific time in my life and I can't let go of it because I'm never gonna see it again, kind of thing. So, I mean, it got pretty extreme to the point where I would start saving, like, for example, we used to go on family vacations growing up a lot. Every year we'd go somewhere random, like, you know, Disneyland, Disney World, yada, yada, yada. So I would save the brochures for the hotels. I would save the car keys for the hotels. I would save, like, say we'd go to a restaurant somewhere that I've never been to before in some random state on vacation. I would save the napkins. Like, it was absolutely insane. So I ended up having boxes upon boxes upon boxes of random things, thinking that, oh my gosh, like, this is so valuable because it's part of this one point in my life, and I may never go to this restaurant again. I may never go to this hotel again. I may never, okay, it was so bad that whenever we, this is embarrassing, by the way, and it doesn't really have much to do with hoarding as it does the fact that I was a very nostalgic, reminiscent type person. When I was younger, every time we left a hotel room or a place, like even about to step into the plane from another place, I would, in my head, be like, oh my gosh, thank you, place, for this amazing time in my life, and I'm sad I'm never gonna be able to see you again, so I'm just gonna soak all this up and like move on. Like, I was like that for everything, every hotel room, every random theme park, every place we went, because I was, you know, like, time is fleeting, and I felt like it's kind of sad if you think about it, that you're never gonna see this place ever again in your life. So yeah, so anyway, that was a really long, drawn out explanation as to why I was a hoarder. But yep, let's just say that ended real quick when we ended up, you know, having this hippie-ish lifestyle that we do now, where we travel a lot and we pretty much live out of our luggage and things like that. So yeah, having to narrow down all of our belongings to one luggage each was a challenge for me, but let's just say it's been for the best, for sure. Yes, it's cool to look back at things and be like, wow, this is actually something I physically touched when I was 5 years old or whatever, but that's all gonna accumulate, and then where are you gonna put it? All you're gonna have is clutter that's in a closet or in a garage somewhere, in boxes and boxes and boxes. And when are you ever gonna be able to appreciate them? You're not. So I think it's best that I keep my hoarding on my phone, in my camera roll. There's no harm in that. What's the extra storage fee, you know? Last but not least, my 15th fun fact is that I like to call myself the most non-Hawaiian Hawaiian, if that makes any sense, and I will explain it. So as you know, I'm from Hawaii, and with that being said, aside from like the tan that I have and maybe like the dark hair that's very like hula girl-ish, pretty much aside from that, I am nothing like, I should not even be considered a local. That's how bad it is. I don't know very much about anything in terms of geographic location in Hawaii. If you were to ask me like, oh, if you're in the leeward side, how do you get to like this specific place, or where's this beach, or I don't know. I could not tell you for the life of me, and I don't know why. I've always been really horrible at directions, so Siri is my best friend most days. And other than that, I don't speak Pidgin, is what they call it. It's like the local slang. If you don't know what that is, Google it. But yeah, so I can't speak that to save my life. Yes, I can understand it, of course, who couldn't? But even if I were to try to imitate it, it just does not come out right. So I'm not even going to attempt it for you guys. Just know that I can't do it. There's that. Swimming wise, okay, so a lot of people, when they hear, oh, you're from Hawaii, you must be a good surfer or whatever. Wrong! Couldn't be further from the truth. I've actually surfed once in my life, and that was, I think, 1 or 2 years ago, and I was terrified out of my mind. And yes, I got on my first few waves, and it was really exhilarating and fun and everything, but then I found out that there were sharks in that area, and that kind of freaked me out, so I'm not doing that again, at least not there. Anyway, so as far as surfing, swimming, that whole thing, yes, I like going to the beach. That's pretty much the extent of it. I'm not a swimmer, like never have been. I actually, fun and embarrassing fact, I had to take swimming lessons freshman year of high school in order to pass my high school swim exam, because yes, there was one of those. And I was the oldest one in that class. Yeah, so when you think, just because I've been born and raised in Hawaii and lived there for most of my life, that I should be able to do all this water stuff, and I should, you know, be able to speak the local slang and know my way around this small island, all that, nope, sorry. I was definitely, growing up, I was super into the whole karate thing, which took up most of my time after school. I had a bunch of extracurricular activities. I was enrolled in dance classes, art classes, you name it, I did it. Student council, a student council president in the 8th grade, that kept me a little busy. JPO lieutenant, gosh, this is embarrassing. But anyway, yeah, so basically growing up, I didn't really have a life outside of my extracurricular activities and school. I was very studious, and I took school way too seriously. I loved homework. It was bad. Anyway, so yeah, that's my 15 fun facts about me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and Happy New Year. And I hope you're having an incredible start to it already. I will try this year, I promise, to be a little better at posting every single week, every Monday. Yeah, so I have a bunch of fun and exciting things coming for you guys. This is actually my last video that I will be posting from LA, at least for now, because actually it is, the date today is actually December, but I'll be posting this in January. But anyway, so the next video you see will be back in New York. Yay! So stay tuned for that, and thanks again for following me along this journey. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please give it a thumbs up. And in the comment section below, ask me a question on something you'd like to know about me, or give me an idea about another video I could do in New York. That'd be fun too. All right, thanks so much again, guys. Take care. Mwah. Bye. Say bye. Mwah. Bye, guys.